What's up, hoop heads? Welcome back. I'm Wes from Backcourt Bytes, your favorite place on YouTube for NBA chaos, overreactions, and way too much talking. Today we got 5 wild stories. If you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment with your hottest take for the night, and let's jump in. You ever watch a game and think, wow, the home team has no idea what's about to hit them? Yeah, that was the Lakers tonight. Dylan Brooks walked into Crypto.com Arena like it was his building. Devin Booker limped off the court, and the Suns snapped a 7-game Lakers win streak like it was nothing. Lakers had won 7 straight. The vibes were high. The Suns up and down, but dangerous, especially with Booker and their spacing. Dylan Brooks already has a history of playing the villain in LA, and now he's doing it in a Suns jersey. And then this game happens. Brooks drops 33 points, talking the entire time. This wasn't just hit a couple shots and flex. He was hunting matchups, attacking closeouts, and getting into everybody's head. Then, out of nowhere, Colin Gillespie decides he's Steph for the night. Career high, 28 points, 8 made threes. I don't know if you guys remember, but we had him for our bet of the day, so that's good. Every time Lakers made a mini run, he snuffed it out with another catch and shoot three. Meanwhile, the Lakers turned into a turnover clinic. 22 turnovers. That's not the refs. That's not tough shooting night. That's just bad basketball. Live ball turnovers, lazy passes, no urgency getting back on defense. And then the big scare. Devin Booker leaves with a right groin injury. Even with Booker out, the Suns kept pressure on. Lakers still got 38 from Luka, but it felt empty. Allowed 38 in a game they were never really in once the Suns took control. It's a classic box score looks great, but the game never felt great performance. Bigger story, the Lakers looked shook by physical defense in a team that wasn't scared of their win streak. And if Dylan Brooks is your primary antagonist in a big game, you better be ready for some smoke. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you more worried about Booker's injury for the Suns or the Lakers' turnover problem and energy? And speaking of teams that should be scared, the Nuggets just watched Nikola Jokic drop 29, 20, and 13 and still lost at home to a Mavs team powered by AD. Let's talk about that mess. The Nuggets just got the worst kind of loss. Huge early lead, gone. Jokic monster stat line, wasted. Jamal Murray healthy, not anymore. The Mavs beat Denver 131-121, and this might be one of those games we look back on in April and say, yeah, that was a warning sign. Here's the setup. Anthony Davis in only his second game back from injury. People are still asking, can he stay healthy? Can this actually work? The Nuggets are at home, altitude advantage, and usually they close teams out when they jump ahead early. Instead, Dallas drags them into a street fight. Anthony Davis goes for a season-high 32 and 13. He looks springy, aggressive, catching lobs, diving hard in pick and roll. This is the version of AD that makes every front office jealous. On the other side, Jokic puts up a 29, 20, 13 triple-double. Those numbers sound fake, like that's a my career stat line, and still, Denver loses by double digits. Here's the problem. Denver built an early lead and then just stopped playing defense. The rotations got slow, closeouts got lazy, and Dallas just kept coming. Then the real gut punch. Late in the game, Jamal Murray sprains his right ankle. He doesn't return in the fourth, and now he's set to be reevaluated over the next couple weeks. For a team already thin on perimeter shot creation, this is huge. You can feel it in the crowd. Jokic is doing everything. But when he kicks it to the corners or to the weak side action, it's not the same without Murray keeping the defense honest. Here's my take. If Denver doesn't tighten up defensively and try to keep Murray healthy, they're one bad matchup away from a second-round exit. I don't care what Jokic averages. You just can't outskill your way out of effort and depth. Let me know in the comments, if you had to bet right now, are the Nuggets likely to make it to the finals or lose before the conference finals? Now, while Jokic and AD were putting up video game numbers, over in a different arena, Desmond Bane turned into a flamethrower and absolutely cooked the Bulls in real time. Let's talk about that fourth quarter takeover. You know that feeling when a guy gets hot and you just know every shot is going in? That was Desmond Bane in the fourth quarter. The Magic beat the Bulls 125-120. Bane dropped 37, including 18 in the fourth quarter alone. The Bulls' defense was basically a suggestion at that point. The Bulls were already in pain, coming off a winless road trip, searching for something to feel good about. The Magic, meanwhile, quietly putting together a nice little stretch. This win makes it 3 straight. Chicago jumped out to a 15-point second-half lead. It looked like, okay, they finally closed this one out. Then Desmond Bane hits the nope button. In the fourth quarter, Bane just takes over. Step back threes, attacks off the catch, get to his mid-range. He leads an 8-0 run capped by a go-ahead three that completely flips the energy in the building. You can see Bulls players looking around like, is anybody going to stop this guy? The crazy part is how composed Orlando looks. No panic, no hero ball. They just keep feeding the hot hand and making Chicago guard actions they're not ready for. On the Bulls side, blown coverages, miscommunications, late switches. This is the exact kind of collapse this fan base hates because it feels more mental than physical. And what makes this team interesting long term, if Bane is going to be this kind of closer, the Magic can go from a fun young team to, oh, we have to deal with them in 7 games real quick. I want to hear from you guys. What's more real, the Magic looking like a legit playoff team or the Bulls being headed for a full rebuild? But if you think Bulls fans are miserable, imagine hitting 21 threes at 55% and still losing. Yeah, let's talk about the Bucks' latest meltdown. Imagine your team hits 21 threes, shoots 55% from deep, plays at home, and you still lose to the Wizards, who were down 16. That's exactly what happened as Washington beat Milwaukee 129-126 in a game that feels like a giant red flag slapped across the Bucks season. On paper, this should have been a get-right game for Milwaukee. The Wizards rebuilding, they have a young core, very beatable on most nights. The Bucks are desperate after dropping 7 of their last 8. Instead, it turns into another "what is wrong with this team" film session. CJ McCollum leads the way, 28 points, and the moment of the game is that huge three with about 15 seconds left that pokes a hole straight through the Bucks' confidence. Then Bilal steps in like, don't forget about me. Comes up with a massive steal late, goes coast to coast for a dunk, draws Giannis' 6th foul in the process. Giannis has to get out of the game, and you can just see it on his face. He's frustrated, he's confused, the whole package. Here's the part that should scare Bucks fans, though. If you hit 21 threes at that efficiency, you're supposed to blow out teams. The fact that they lost with that shooting says everything about their defense, their rebounding, the lack of trust in their late game offense. This is where the uncomfortable questions have to start. Is this a coaching issue? Is the roster just poorly balanced? Did they sacrifice too much defensive versatility for more offense? Right now, the Bucks feel like a team trying to win with pure talent while everyone else is playing coherent, connected basketball. Sound off in the comments. Are the Bucks one smart trade away from being scary again? Or is this just who they are now? And while the Bucks are spiraling, another small market team is quietly doing the opposite. OKC Thunder are 20-1, riding a 12-game win streak. SGA might be playing himself onto the MVP throne. Oh, and the Hawks might have accidentally started a whole new chapter without Trae Young. Let's finish with that. The Thunder are currently 20-1. Let's say that again, 20-1. This isn't 2K on rookie difficulty, this is real life. And SGA is putting together the kind of season that makes you rethink your entire MVP ballot. League chatter right now is less is OKC good and more are they the best. 20-1, 12 straight wins, reigning MVP, reigning champs, SGA playing out of his mind as a two-way star. At the same time, over in Atlanta, Trae Young is out with an MCL sprain, scheduled to be reevaluated in 2 weeks, and the Hawks kind of look functional without him. That sparked a lot of talk about fit, value, and what the next version of that team might look like. Let's start with OKC. They're not just beating bad teams, they're closing out good ones and doing it with a clear identity. SGA is the primary scorer and closer, length and switchability everywhere, a deep bench with guys who actually know their role. The comparisons have started. People are bringing up early Warriors vibes, that feeling when you realize, oh, this might be a dynasty for me. And in the MVP race, if the season ended today, SGA might be ahead of Jokic, ahead of everybody. Best player, best record, big time numbers, big time moments. Now, let's flip to the Hawks. With Trae sidelined, they've been kind of solid. The ball is moving, the defense looks less compromised, and people are starting to whisper, is this team actually better when it doesn't have to hide Trae on defense? And what would his trade value be right now? We're not saying Trae is bad. He's an elite passer, an elite shooter, but the league might be shifting towards big guards, two-way wings, and schemes that don't have to babysit one guy. That's where the new era stars comes in, like SGA, Bane, guys that can score and defend at a high level. Teams like the Thunder, who are built on versatility, not just heliocentric offense. It really feels like the NBA is turning a page, and some older models, like the Trae-centric Hawks or top-heavy Bucks, might be left behind if they don't adapt. All right, I need your hottest takes for this one. If you had to pick an MVP today, SGA or Jokic? I've also got a poll going over on Twitter. You guys can go vote on there. And second, should the Hawks at least listen to Trae Young trades this summer? I don't think it could hurt. Let me know in the comments. All right, as far as gambling, you see here the Colin Gillespie hit bets both hit. That's huge. That moves us to 1-2 for the season. It's good news. Let's see what today's play is going to be. All right. Looks like there's not a bunch of great plays tonight. It likes Miles McBride over 2.5 3-pointers. Also Tyrese Maxey under 32.5 points against Washington. I'm a little nervous taking Tyrese under points because he's been known to go off. I'm not sure if Joel's playing. I'd have to check that first. But Miles McBride over 2.5 threes. Lock that in, and we'll check that tomorrow. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe. It really helps me out. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next episode. In the comments, give me your top storyline of the night and your spiciest prediction. Lakers meltdown coming. Bucks blow it up. Thunder in the finals. I'm reading everything and replying to the best ones. All right, y'all. That's it for today. I'm Wes from Backcourt Bytes. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next time.